How are we doing it?
Cara.
Cara. Are we live?
Not yet.
Okay.
And no audio, so count the logo we go.
Okay. We'll start. Do you want to start right at 7 o'clock, or should we come up a little early?
No, if you want to start early, you can introduce the competition. It's better.
Okay. And that's on me. I can just.
Yes, you raise up and we go.
Okay.
So when you push the button,
Yes. Exactly.
So
for now, you can kind of
this
just.
one cap.
I just don't know if they're doing both at the same time. Are you working with us?
yes.
Hi, I'm Greg. That's Andy. Nice to meet you. Aaron. Aaron. Yeah. Okay, great. So, are you gonna listen? You're gonna listen to our commentary. So, if there's something that you're listening to, you're familiar with archery. Okay, so if there's something we're talking specifically, you can move around for us.
I don't know the name of the
Oh, okay. All right. Don't worry about it. I mean, for this one, it'll be pretty easy. The first two, because we just have two shooters. Scott's the big, tall, goofy-looking guy, and yeah. So let's see. This is going to be. Is Matthews? Yeah.
Black and yellow.
Yeah. Scott's going to be white and red, right? Alright, so this one will be pretty easy. So black and blue is going to be this guy, red, and this guy's really tall. These guys will be easy to. Scott will be the tall guy, Ben's going to be the shorter guy.
Well, this won't happen at the same time.
I'm not sure what their plan is. They might do it at the same time. We got to find out.
Find a chair for me.
Yeah. He knows.
Is it correct? One, right?
Yeah. Or Jeff Sanchez.
It will be.
Don't give me the bug eye. It's on.
I'm gonna knock it down. So that's more important. That's the part.
You want a shot on you just to say hello and enter? You're cool.
No thanks.
Okay.
Nah, we're good.
Do you recognize the archers and know their names and stuff?
I know 5 or 6 of them.
Okay.
Let's try to do that.
So you know what are we doing the two shoot-offs first at the same time?
No, well, I don't know the second answer, but the first one is yes. So it's Linda and
Cara and Linda coming out first.
There.
We don't know. Bruce will know.
Right. Because Bruce will be more or less here too. Then when you
Okay, all right. So we're just doing the women's first place first.
I think so.
Get that done, then the senior male will come out. All right.
That's what
I can make one camera.
and we go slow. No. Stay here. Stay on the shot. Zoom. Okay, stop. Let's try that. When I tell you, okay? Is it good? Okay, we can go.
Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Duke Energy Convention Center for the 39th annual NFAA National Indoor Championships, the 2018 edition. We're in Cincinnati, Ohio, getting ready for some shoot-offs for a couple different divisions. I'm Greg White, sitting alongside me, Aaron Tedford. Aaron, good to have you here in the booth.
Hey Greg, good to be here.
Well, we've had kind of a historical day, I think, Aaron. We had over 1,900 competitors competing at the 2018 NFAA National Indoor Championship. We're going to be shooting off 3 classes, including the Big Daddy class. Tell us about that.
25 guys tied for first place. 25 guys out of 120 exits. The who's the best of the best are going to be shooting for the top prize. First place, United States.
Unbelievable. That's on the professional male freestyle. So before we get into that, though, is we head into this kind of a warm-up as the crowd is filling the Duke Energy Convention Center. We'll have the professional female freestyle. That's going to be for first and second place. And then we're going to have the senior professional male freestyle. That's going to be for second and third place. First place has already been decided. Then we're going to get into this mega shoot-off.
Mega shoot-off's a good way to describe it. How about that senior pro Keith Trail winning it all?
Keith Trail doing a great job, leaving it up to Benton Christensen and Scott Starnes to duke it out for the final 2 spots on the podium. All right, so Aaron Tedford, it's great to have you here. As we put the final touches on this finals venue, we're going to be hearing from target face, you can say, and the way we shoot to get here, the NFAA National Indoor Championships. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it's a 2-day shoot. You're going to shoot 60 arrows a day. Top scores at 360 minutes. Obviously, it's a marathon. It takes 3+ hours to finish. So mentally, it's exhausting. Between ends is 15-20 minutes. It's just a lot of mental toughness is what it boils down to. I mean, there's 100 guys at this tournament that are capable of winning it, and we're down to 25. And at 25, that's huge. Last year was 16.
And you were in that one last year. And you did it with what a lot of people thought was a very interesting bow. Now kind of getting more press. It's the gearhead bow. Are you still shooting with gearhead?
Absolutely. I'm still shooting with gearhead. It's working really well. The bow just absolutely shoots
Tell us a little bit about that bow, though, because it's a very unique bow.
Yeah, it's
and a unique program in terms of the last 2 tournaments in terms of payouts for.
Yeah, so it's a 30-inch max class. They offer really big contingency in the tournaments. For instance, Eric Griggs won the bow class a few weeks ago in Vegas and won $30,000 from Gearhead. Amazing. And then John Weaver won the national title last minutes ago.
That's anyone. You can go buy gearhead bows and come out and shoot.
So they're really pushing for they would have been good the most they don't build true sewing bows, they don't build target bows, they build accurate.
A moment ago you saw a shot of Linda Ochoa Anderson sitting next to her husband Steve Anderson. Linda, of course, competing for the win here in the professional freestyle. Just talking about the lower left-hand part of your screen, but you can see some of the shooters here trying to get relaxed. Some of those shooters are in the top 25 that'll be shooting for the Indoor National Championships here, National Field Archery Association, or the NFAA here in Cincinnati, Ohio.
You know, we're looking at the top 25. I'm with them straight now. I mean, they're circular.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the center of the floor. Bruce Paul will be announcing the events. The evening here at the hall are being ready for some shoot-offs. Okay,
Bruce Paul now is getting off the PA. I'll tell you what he is going on.
Senior male freestyle division for the second place, and we've got a show-off in the pro female division for first place.
Bruce is going over.
Of course, I'm sure you all heard the 25 pro men time.
Ben Christensen and
With
Scott
scores of 600
senior professional.
Give them all a round of applause. Chuck, I'll turn it over to you for the first division.
Our first shoot-off this evening is the senior professional male freestyle. Shooting off for second and third place, Benton Christensen and Scott Stars. Bruce will outline the rules and the procedures for the shoot-off. I would like to remind everybody that we are in a darkened hall. Please, no flash photography.
Okay, the shoot-off will be conducted as follows. There will be one practice end, followed by one end where the X-ray only counts as 5. Then additional ends where only the X-ray scores 5, scored inside out until all ties are broken. All ends are considered sudden death. Once again, one regular end, then we go inside out. Everything is with the X counting 5.
So what that is they're going to obviously capture.
Officials ready? Gentlemen, this will be your first and only practice end. Good luck.
So in normal scoring, what you usually find is anytime you touch the line, get this and again, this is just a practice end. We haven't had official scoring just yet, but still setting the tone for what's coming up. So in NFAA rules, the maximum diameter error is 7, which if I'm right is 27/64ths of a round. So as we're watching these shooters warm up, let's talk about arrow strategies, because when we get to the 25, there are different arrows all over the place. And unique to the tournament so far is if this goes a couple of ends, they're going to go to the inside-out scoring. And so you can see that Benton, part of your screen there, shooting a smaller arrow, wide big arrows, and wide small arrows.
So the bigger obviously the advantage on the first score. You'll make a shot, you'll be able to catch the line, which is, these guys have shot 120 inches to get here. I don't see them using the big arrow and catch the guys. So most guys are switching to the small arrow, planning on making it to inside out lanes. And that's why you cannot touch the line. The skinniest will be your best option. You'll see maybe sticking with 27. You'll see guys switching from 27 to a 25. You'll see guys shooting with this.
I want to move on to the applause for these guys up here. So that was the first end of practice. Now we get into the shoot-off.
This will fill up
These next arrows will be
here. And that's one thing to go.
and Bruce will again highlight our scoring orders
Anderson,
for this end.
amazing. 75 across the board. There is a 4-minute clock. You shoot 5 arrows. Just past the 1 minute mark. So still 2 minutes and 56 seconds. Start.
Now I go to 7.
It's good. We have it's good clock. Aaron, you were here last year. You know, this crowd, they turn the lights off in the rest of this arena, and they just have 4 rows of lights on. Is it something you have ever thought about, you know, during the time when you're shooting? No, just like the lights, the crowd, knowing that everyone's standing. So that's going to be so the judges now.
Christensen, 24.
We did miss it.
And second place goes to Scott Stars, and third to
Just like you predicted, or at least like you said, those little arrows into this first end scoring and bite you, and it was probably a millimeter out. And Christian's out.
Okay, Chuck, we're ready for the next shoot-off.
The next shoot-off is the professional female freestyle. This is a shoot-off for first place. For Terry Kelly and Priscilla Anderson.
Aaron explained about the different arrows that you're allowed to use. That's part of what makes the freestyle category a freestyle category, because there's so much you can do with NFAA and arrows as well. So there's no rule like you have to shoot because you need to for anything. And in the freestyle competition for males, for instance, actually for anybody, there is an 80-pound rule here in the NFAA, meaning that your bow can't pull back more than 80 pounds. There's also a feet per second, 300 feet per second, plus or minus 3%. So really, you have up to 309 feet per second, you could say, in an NFAA competition. So that opens it up to a variety of people. So, you know, for instance, Dan McCarthy, who is of 3E fame, I guess you could say, he's pulling back a bow of 70 pounds. Yeah. What do you feel? It feels comfortable. I couldn't pull that. Yeah. So as the next match is on deck between Cara Kelly and Joy Anderson for the professional female freestyle first and second place. Both archers getting here with similar X count. They both shot 300s both days, so 600 and 119 X's out of a possible 120. Cara Kelly telling me, 59 on the first day, and she cleaned it today. Yeah, really close. And Linda really had it, but it was her first day. Her first hand that she dropped, and she was like, wow. Incredible. I was talking to Kelly and Cara Kelly, and she mentioned to me that on the second day last year, she shot clean. She shot 360 X's, and that gave her a lot of confidence coming into this tournament. She's won a lot of 3D tournaments in her day, and the one thing, Aaron, that she was telling me is that one of her goals is to have distinctive games in archery. So obviously she's doing well. However, she wasn't really expecting to be in this position. So she's shooting 27. There she is. Linda Ochoa Anderson has actually made a transition, and she's shooting smaller diameter X10 Pro Tours for this one. Well, one of the advantages that Linda has is that she recently shot, it was last week or the week before, she was in Mexico shooting the trials for outdoor. She shot 703, and she shot her very first 150 round in outdoor competition. She shot a bunch of 49s, she shot her very first 150. So there wasn't,
She's on top.
absolutely. She's been on an absolute tear. The one thing that's really been just kind of eluding Linda Ochoa Anderson at this point is just the way to get her over the hump. No question. You can see that Kara's shooting the aim on 32. Although it seems to fit her perfectly. Of course, 3D, an excellent 3D bow.
And I know we keep going back to this is a great potentially the smallest in this integration. You do have 80 business there.
That's the dance, and that's part of what makes the NFAA freestyle class so exciting, because you are giving the archers an option to try to think the right way, or even potentially themselves. Coach slash husband, which I have to say is pretty amazing. Sometimes you have that point where they just have their way to each other.
Yeah. They're
A great shooter.
but he also had a
Yeah, she was really good. Yeah, true, very true.
minimal credit.
There you go. Yeah, we'll give Steve 2.5% credit.
Linda gets all the credit.
She's very driven, motivated, no question. All right, so if you're just joining us here on our feed, welcome to the broadcast. This is the 39th annual NFAA National Indoor Championship. We're in Cincinnati, Ohio at the Duke Energy Convention Center. I'm Greg White. Joining me is Aaron Tedford. And this is there'll be one more year here where this tournament is going to be in Cincinnati. The NFAA has told me that in the summertime they're going to start looking at 2020 and beyond. Cincinnati's in the running to come back. Also Louisville, Kentucky, which a lot of people loved Louisville a couple of years ago, and possibly Indianapolis as well. So a great tournament for anyone at any level to come to and compete in. You see families here, kids competing. This is just
Okay, ladies, this will be your only scoring
shirt, Linda Ochoa Anderson in the red and white jersey. So here we go.
I think that
Both of them touching the line.
Okay, stay there. This is the same pass. Also for the side of school.
Absolutely. Obviously capable. They only dropped one the entire weekend. We drilled that one. So obviously Ochoa Anderson on the right part of your screen. A little more difficult to see because she's shooting those Pro Tours, those micro arrows.
No, stay with it.
Oh yeah. It doesn't matter, right? If it works for you. Once again, 4-minute clock to shoot these 5 arrows. About 2 minutes and 35 seconds remain on that clock. So plenty of time for both archers to get these last shots. And believe me, if it gets down to the wire, we'll be letting you know.
Yes.
I always have to say a good letdown. You let down and you reset and you shoot the mark that you want to good letdown. Nice shot. So Linda's last shot, that was in. Good shot. So now, minute 30 still left on the clock.
tons of time.
Tons of time.
Maybe 5 right here to continue on.
Show Anderson, try to relax a little bit. All by yourself at this point. All pressure. She delivers. Theoretical advantage Kelly had is over. That's right. Now, add in another Troy Anderson. A little for add in. No, it's an old school term. We used that before you were born. Yeah.
Derek Kelly, 25. And Linda Anderson, 25. Wilson County.
Looking at the arrows, calling the arrows. So just 3.
Get ready to come back.
Two judges calling the arrows.
One of the judges is actually the president of the NFAA. Current president of the NFAA. Brian, yeah. Very active. Love you, Judge.
Okay, this will be your first inning of scoring. So the next county's five score inside out. Once again, good luck.
All right, so we're now switching to inside out scoring, which means that if your arrow is touching any part of that X line, it's out. It's a foul. Now, highest score wins. Even if they shot 23s, 24s, it's a tie. We can 2-1.
first with this angle. I have some binoculars. I have cold eyes and binoculars out. It looks like it's clean for Kelly.
Yeah. That's exactly where she wants the rest of them.
Unofficially. This is getting shots out first.
She does. That is smack in the middle right there. We're gonna have to wait for the judges on this one. This could be looking at narrow international champion. Linda Ochoa.
We've got some really close ones here. Steve is standing up.
So we're gonna have to wait for this official call here. This could be a really, really big win for Linda Ochoa.
Caracal, 2040.
23 for Kelly.
Can you go try and make that?
24. 23.
We'll see. Judges saying
And your national champion with 24, Linda
So the gamble, absolutely. I mean, it's been such a heartbreak. So one of those really difficult. She mentioned to me she never felt like she shot well in Vegas, and she was happy with it.
25 men tied with perfect scores.
Sure did.
great coach.
Starting at target 1.
And you know, we talked about this a little bit before we turned on
Target 2. Glenn Moore.
we can see here.
Target 2B.
And we'll try to fill you in as much as we can. I mean, this thing could go really quickly.
Target 3A. Jesse Broadwater.
Richard Bowen out of Arkansas. Jesse Broadwater, of course, now residing in Florida.
Target 3B.
Now Maryland.
Justin Carter.
Both sides.
Target
Richard Dean. Also on target for Chris Eggers.
Chris Eggers from Cleveland, Illinois. Chris,
On target
an incredible story. We're going to talk about it
Dean.
as this tournament goes on.
Also on target 5, Joseph Goza.
Joseph Goza out of Alabama. Of course, big time.
On target 6,
Goza not expected to be in this position. He'll be, I think, the only shooter in the field shooting full 27s. Yeah, go ahead. Here's your step.
also on target 6, Louis Holmes
Number one shooter in the world. Louis Holmes.
III. Target 7, David Hauser. Also on target 7, Todd Lambo. On target 8, Jacob Harlow.
Now here's a rookie, Jacob Harlow, the elite shooter.
Also on target
3D
8,
fame. He's been used to try some spots at his first time to the NFAA National Championship.
on target 9,
Dan McCarthy.
Levi Morgan.
And there's this other guy who's a 3D fame right there on your screen. Levi Morgan.
Target 10, Randall Morocco. Also on target 10, Sergio Poggi. Target 11,
Representing Italy, Sergio Pagni. And here, Sergio's been doing well lately. Made it into the world
on target 11,
indoor finals.
Christopher
Ranked
Perkins.
a couple weeks ago.
Target 12, Jeremiah Starks.
Almost won it.
Target 12,
That would have been for 52,000. Jeremiah Starks out of Michigan. Into this one. Matt Stutzman. Famous, of course, Matt Stutzman. This archer. And what I have. He's also reigning USA Archery National. Aaron Tedford fame. Paul Tedford, of course, who's been on a tear as of late from Great Falls, Montana. Brother to my commentating partner, Aaron Tedford.
And finally, we have the Honey Badger, Rio Wild. And again, all these shooters shoot 600 to 120 X's to get here. They just have them out in alphabetical order as Rio slowly and painfully makes his way through the line, shaking hands with everyone. I think without question, Rio Wild's probably the most experienced at these types of situations.
Hold on, everybody. I want to give a chance to get your picture. Stand on the line, face the whole crowd, and give them something about excitement. Hold your pose up. There's something. You guys
Talked to Jesse before
give me
this.
one round of applause. Everybody wants to follow along. There you go. Congratulations, guys, for making it. All right, it's time to put your balls down and get your targets up, and we will get started.
Absolutely on fire. A lot of hard work going into it. Of course, a new bow that Prime introduced as well, which is really working for him. So, 25 archers involved in this professional male freestyle shooter. Chance Bowman, Glenn Wardwell, Richard Bowen, Jesse Braun, Justin Carter, Richard Dean, Chris Eggers, Braden Gillett, Joseph Goza, Stefan Hansen, Louis Holmes, David Hauser, Tom Lambert, Jacob Marlowe, Dan McCarthy, Levi Morgan, Kate Morgan, not related, Randy Morocco, Sergio Pagni, Mark Sport, Chris Perkins, Jeremiah Stark, Matt Stutzman, Paul Tedford, and Rio Wild. You are talking about
Oh no, really? Let's see, Steve Anderson, Chris Schaff are two names that we expected to see here. He has been.
There was more 120s than there was 119s.
That's incredible. Incredible. How? What was your emotion when you shot your first audience?
Yeah, you know, obviously, you get a little bit of I mean, you're crying. Expectations, and then
Perfect. And a lot of them, I talked to all 25 of these shooters, and a lot of them saying the same thing. Deep breath that we shot 120 X's, but it's really just a qualification.
It is. There's 25 guys out there who work that hard. There is a chance you will take 25th place.
You don't want to be that guy. No, because you're never going to hear the end. If you're just joining us, welcome to the Duke Energy Convention Center. This is the 39th annual NFAA National Indoor Championship. We're getting ready for the professional male freestyle category. 25 archers have qualified to get to this point. And in a few ends of scoring, we're going to have a new national champion.
Richie McConaughey. We've got
Bruce
Scott
Collins.
Joyce and Jerry Harmon, and on our tower, Gabriel Sims, and Chuck Foley, our board chairman. Give them all a big round of applause. And just so everybody knows, I'm not sure what exactly happened to these pros. As they came up and shook my hand, half of them told me good luck. And I'm really concerned this is going to be a long time, so let's hope you're all sincere.
I mean, they're around.
For the spectators watching that exploration earlier, when we use the terminology inside out, what that means, if you've never heard it, that means that the arrow touches the X-ray, it's scored to a lesser value.
This is a huge thing to court.
So obviously, the archers have to be very much more precise.
Some great fans, archers slash fans, with the bird's eye view, sitting on top of the Lancaster Archery Supply truck that travels around to some of these events. No doubt. All right.
You know who has the best
Us.
Joseph.
Yeah, right. Good luck.
They got
They do. They certainly do. All right. So same rules as we've seen before. Now there's a good look at Paul's. That's right. It is very good stuff. I've used it actually before, and it does help with focus. All the mastermind behind it, all natural supplements. So it looks like, we saw Paul up there, it looks like what happened was that the target may have been shot out, and they actually just switched out the target face, the actual, not the face, the actual target themselves. So they wheeled in another target for, looks like Tedford and Rio Wild on the same net.
On the right.
And that actually, I mean, you know, if you really start to, especially at this level, break the arrow down, I mean, a lot of that too has to do with the points that they shoot, doesn't it?
Okay, one more time, quickly go over the rules. One practice end, followed by one end, X-ray only counts as 5. Then additional ends, where only the X-ray scores 5, scored inside out until all ties are broken. All ends are sudden death. All right, gentlemen, congratulations again. This will be your first and only practice round. Good luck.
First and only practice. That was an hour ago. Something has changed. Somebody.
Third archer from right there a moment ago, Jesse Broadwater. The first one got the flicker too.
Jump.
Flicker in the middle. There's a good look at the left part of your screen. That is Chris Eggers with PSE shirt on. Spinal stenosis. He's been struggling with spinal stenosis for the last 10 years. He was quite a shooter back then, and then he got diagnosed with stenosis. He's been battling some cancers. He said a lot of things have cut off in the leg. He loves archery so much. And even though the doctors have said you're not going to be able to shoot, you literally should sit on a couch and just accept this. He's not. He's an incredible kid. Yep, absolutely. Stefan Hansen, the green hat on the right-hand part of your screen. Louis Holmes is right there in the middle.
Shiny.
No, look at that. Trying to mess with the competition. I like it. Holmes, quite the prankster. His 4th year as a pro. He actually won this tournament 5 years ago in the amateur division bow hunter class.
He did.
Okay. There's Jacob Marlowe. McCarthy.
Todd's a familiar face. Good shooter.
Notice it. Right-hand part of your screen. 4 fletching. That's a bit of a newer trend, wouldn't you say? I mean, it's kind of coming on.
It's an old trend. It's coming back.
Yeah, McCarthy left part of your screen. 72-pound pull on that bow. So, binoculars come up. Pretty much almost all the athletes.
Double checking, triple checking, make sure they don't need 1 or 2 clicks. Just look at the targets there. 25.
And really, I mean, that's the stories for every one of these archers. But really, we're going to be able to dive a little deeper into who's doing what as this tournament progresses. We see some people get knocked out. I'm Greg White, sitting next to me, Aaron Tedford, who was in this shoot-off last year. Aaron,
There's no more anymore.
do we go into predictors?
Or take it really low?
You know,
I'll go
do we
low.
go into?
No, I'm not going to. Should be back.
There we go.
As far as predictions go, the only thing I'm going to predict is we have
No clue, because it really could be anyone. I mean, we could see another Vegas, where somebody comes out.
The clear blue sky like Chris Eggers. And
Or Stefan Hansen could win. I mean,
Yeah.
and he's a favorite to win.
Yep.
Paul Tedford's favorite to win. I mean, he's been on a tear.
Chance Bobef won here on Friday, the USA
He did.
National Indoor
Yeah, he did.
Championship. So
Yep.
Chance is coming with some momentum on his side.
Yep.
It's just totally up in the air. I mean,
So I would, are we going to have a few guys miss the Big X here? Most likely, yeah. I think we'll see it. I think we'll see 2 of them.
keep an eye on Joseph Goza. Like I mentioned, as far as I have, when I was speaking with all 25 of these athletes, Goza will be the only athlete, I think, the only archer shooting those 27s.
Yeah, I would think so.
All right, first scoring end.
Now, up until 2 years ago, nobody had won with the small arrows. Levi Morgan won with 27s. Chris Schaff won with 27s. So the little arrows, winning with the little arrows is a new thing. It's only happened twice.
Stefan Hansen?
Stefan Hansen and Steve Anderson.
Last year, so it's just been those last 2 years.
So before that, it was you shot what you brought, and it paid off for. But switching isn't a new thing. Guys used to switch back then too, but the guys with the bigger arrows, a lot of them still won. Looks like we're good so far. I don't see anything out of the ordinary. I don't see all the targets though, but
maybe I saw one from Passmore. Maybe.
Okay.
We
have binoculars. Right. There's a lot of people in front of us, but it's really hard to say.
For sure. Justin Carter.
Oh, for sure, Justin Carter.
Yeah, for sure, Justin Carter.
Justin
Dropped
Carter
one down low.
Shoots a 4.
Yep.
I'm looking at Stefan Hansen's target on the screen right now, all the way to the left, and it is solid, inside out.
So we know we'll have at least one eliminated.
Yeah, and I predicted 2, and I bet you there'll be 2 or 3.
Okay. So, of course, we'll have to wait for the call, and the judges call all 3. We'll look at those targets. Well, if 2 are in consensus, they'll look at those targets.
Braden Gelnstein with a close one. It looks like it caught the line, half shaft, but a close one with the small arrows. You don't want to be cutting lines with those small arrows. That means you're close no matter what.
Right.
Levi Morgan didn't like that shot, I didn't think. Todd Lambright at full draw, one of the last guys up there.
Eggers, again, in this scoring round, all you have to do is touch the line for this first end.
That looks good.
Yeah. Good look at Bridger Deaton. Eggers looks like he's touching that line.
Deaton looks good.
Bridger, who hasn't won since 2016, he was commenting to me, and he hasn't really won an indoor, so it would mean quite a bit for him. There's the arrow. It's Braden's got a couple close, but I think it's the bottom right one that you're looking at.
Yep, he's good though. Well, the top left though too, still a half shaft. So. Is Bridger is he range finding?
Is it range finding? What is going on? He is.
He doesn't have binoculars on, and he's using the power of his range finder to look at the arrows. That was funny though.
That was pretty good.
How far was it, you think?
20.1. He's going.
So here we go. Here comes scores. The judges are getting set here to give us the first score of Chance Bobeff.
And you should be able to hear it when Bruce Cull comes over the microphone. Clean so far for everyone.
Broadwater, 25.
No surprise there.
Got a piece of paper, going to keep track for you.
Carter, 24.
All right, so confirm Justin Carter is going to be out of this one.
Good run for him.
Yep.
Deaton, 25.
Bridger in it.
Bridger deserves this. He works really hard.
Really hard. Had a brand change. Now shooting Hoyt. All right, so Chris Eggers in. The Illinois resident. Out of Green Up, Illinois. Looks like Braden got it. Big sigh of relief. All right, so
25, okay. He was worried about it.
he sure was. Big sigh of relief and turned around and gave Tanya Jensen, his girlfriend, the big thumbs up. Joseph goes in. The shooter who just was laughing at me when he was shooting 27 said, I don't expect to win this at all. Wasn't expecting to be this far. Stefan, good.
We are not even halfway.
No, we're not.
25 of the best shooting down for the #1 spot.
Gonna be interesting to see next round though. Inside out X's, anything can happen.
Yeah, there'll be 4 guys left after that.
Do really after the next one. All right, so Hauser, even with his efforts to range find, doesn't move his arrows.
He didn't get the 14.
No, he didn't. He didn't. All right, Todd Lamb right in it. Jacob Marlowe next up, middle part of your screen. Dan McCarthy, the next one up. We're moving basically right to left. Dan's standing right next to Levi Morgan.
You know, Levi's on a mission. He hasn't won any indoor tournaments in a long time. I know he wants this bad. He works really hard at it. There's not a guy up there that doesn't work really hard at it. You know what I mean? I mean, they're devoting a lot of their life just to get here.
All right, so Randy Morocco still in the mix. Sergio Pagni.
50th anniversary of Vegas winner right there.
Man, one end, 50 grand.
Yep.
Did that.
Lucky dog.
Yep, Mark Passmore's next. All right, Passmore, I thought so.
We got 2 down.
That was him. Passmore in the Bocek shirt, getting congratulations.
Like we said, those guys worked that hard to get here, and we have a tie for 25th place so far.
Jeremiah Starks next in the Bocek shirt to the left. Right, he's good.
Matt Stutzman, armless archer, up next. Crowd favorite.
Absolutely, and Matt's saying to me he really wants to prove that he belongs with the best.
I think he's already proven it.
But you know what? When you have a chip on your shoulder like that,
Yeah,
I guess
you want to go all the way.
Yeah,
you want to go all the way.
He still, every time he shoots in practice, he's got something to prove. He's got a family to feed.
Yep.
All right, so Rio Wild's in the elite shirt, Paul's in the prime shirt, so those two just switch positions on the line.
So we go from 25 shooters down to 23. We have Mark Passmore and Justin Carter tied for 25th place.
Congratulations to those shooters for making it here. I know they wanted to go further in the tournament, but I think it's saying quite a lot to be part of this 25 shooters making it into the professional men's freestyle shoot-off for the title of national champion. The champion from 2017, Steve Anderson, sitting on the sidelines watching this as he is literally counting the minutes. He said to me a couple hours ago, I'm still national champion for a couple more hours.
That's really funny.
Steve, I know. The clock's ticking, my friend. As we are going to now go to inside-out scoring. So anyone who touches that line in the X ring, they're going to drop a point. Highest point total for the end, whoever ties, advances. Those who fall a point two behind are out. Chance Bobeth, the Steely focus.
Here we go, Greg. Do not touch that line. That's what these guys are thinking.
No doubt. And still, the X-27's in the mix.
Glenn Bordwell, Chance Bobeth, Richard Bowen.
Chance with a quicker shot than I usually see.
Richard did not like that. He already knows. Bowbath out. Is Bowbath out the top of the toucher? I think so. Broadwater is the only one in that screen, I believe. It's hard to say. I wonder how Paul Tedford's doing.
I bet you do. I bet you do.
A lot of guys looking up with their binos and shaking their heads. That's not a good sign.
Broadwater. Really just. Ooh, Broadwater's touching.
Okay. Broadwater's touching.
The second
Another
one.
year, he doesn't get it.
Well, we'll see. Because if everyone has the
you're
24, right?
If, if everyone has a 24.
Looks like Louis Holmes is touching. Hauser might have one or two.
Nope, Hauser's good.
Okay.
Those two look good.
Chris Eggers
Richard
and that
Eaton.
PSE, he's shooting full metal jackets. Oh, Braden Gillentine there. Wasn't happy with that. Joseph Goza in the middle. Stefan Hansen with that pink bow. Just says it shoots better for him.
Boy, he looks good at full draw. Solid form. Tate Morgan's got one touching, or all the way out. Levi Morgan has one or two really close. So far, have we seen a clean target?
I don't think so.
We haven't seen any of the guys down at the end. Matt Stutzman, Rio Wild, Paul Tedford. So we'll see what happens there.
All right, so now with 1:25 seconds left, still a couple shooters with some arrows to throw down the range. And by the way, we're shooting.
Todd Lambite at full draw.
Yeah, we're shooting 20 yards is the distance for indoor. World Archery, 18 meters, which there's a few inches difference. 20 yards, a little longer than 18 meters, but.
So Paul is looking with his binos. He's done shooting. My guess is he got him, and he's looking at who else got it.
Bowen looks pretty
Bowen
good.
looks good.
Maybe that bottom left one.
Wardwell's got one touching. Broadwater's got one touching. Here we go. The judges. It's in the judges' hands now.
Aaron Tedford standing up. It's a chance. 24.
24.
Okay, so at this moment, that's the high score.
Right. Tied for first, as so far, Glenn Bordwell.
I mean, they're congratulating. Like, someone's got a clean target.
Yeah.
I think Bowen has a close one.
25
There
for
you go.
Richard Bowen. Wow. I was when I was watching the shoot off in Vegas, I was sitting next to Richard Bowen's wife, and I can imagine from being there, I can imagine she's freaking out at home.
That's awesome.
So who did we just get a call from? Jesse Broadwater 20 what?
Is it 25 for Jesse?
No, was it?
No one's shaking his hand like he's going bye-bye.
Richard Eaton 24.
All right, so Bridger's
So,
gone.
so far, if you have two 25s, there will be a massive shoot-off for third place if you have a 24.
Right.
So far.
Right, so we need at least one more 25 for that not to happen.
Right.
You could have a lot of people tied for So 24 for Chris Eggers. So we won't see that Cinderella story from Chris on this one, but I know he's just happy to be back shooting. Ooh, Braden.
Did not get that one.
Yep. Still looking for our third 25. Or Aaron Tedford, you called it. Next up is Joseph Goza with those big 27s.
3D shooter. Looking for the 25.
And judges break out the magnifying glass. That means it's a closing.
Yeah, you don't want to see that.
Paul Tedford. 24 for Goza, so he's gone. Tedford doesn't look happy.
So far, do we have a 23? I don't think so.
No. Oh, Stefan Hansen doesn't
He
look...
does not like what he sees. Of course, Louis goes up to him and is smiling and saying something probably funny.
Oh, yeah, trying to say something funny. Stefan travels a long way for these tournaments, and all he wants to do is win.
Right.
But as of late, Hansen just hasn't had the breaks that he was having last year.
No. Lewis Holmes, 24.
We missed Stefan Hansen. Whoa.
Hansen shot a 0, did he not? What happened there?
Unless it's a pass-through.
I don't know.
I mean, I only see 4 arrows in that target. Inquiring minds want to know.
23. Okay. So, unofficially, he is 22nd place.
23rd.
23rd.
Yeah, because we had 2 out. It
Yep.
would have been 25th, 25th, so 23rd, yep.
23rd, okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay, so there's a tie there. Todd Lambright out with 23. So again, we're waiting to see if we have a third 25. If not, it's going to be a shoot-off between Richard Bowen and Jesse Broadwater. Okay, so there's Jacob Marlowe with a 25.
Okay, so we do have a shoot-off for the top 3. Their 24s will not make it into the shoot-off. No more shoot-offs for them. They're done. They're pulling their targets. It's over for them. McCarthy at 24. I had lunch with Dan McCarthy earlier. That guy devotes a lot of his time to this.
Oh yeah, he loves.
So does his wife. I mean, they put a lot of time into it. So I know he wanted to go farther than that, but he made it this far, and good for him. For Levi Morgan.
Ouch.
So as of right now, he's number 23. Okay.
All right, so Tate out of this one as well. Interesting. I wonder what they're going to do with Stefan Hansen.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I hope they explain it.
I think if I knew how many arrows were in his quiver. I'm not even going to guess at that, but I know in practice, Morocco 23. So I know that in practice, when Stefan was setting up, he had a pass-through, and that might be the case. I mean, his arrow.
Oh, 25.
Sergio.
Wow. Okay, so we got 4 guys. 25. We're going to have a 4-man shoot-off so far. It would not surprise me if we have another 25. Sergio, that guy does not.
Perkins unexpectedly out. By the way, Perkins went to Lancaster Archery literally an hour before this and had him make up small arrows. Oh,
25.
Starks.
No way. Wow. Now,
Good for him.
for a lot of years, the only guy to shoot, if you shot 5 inside, you won. For a lot of years, if you were the one guy to shoot 5 inside, you won. And how many do we have so far?
1, 2, 3, 4.
4 guys.
5,
so
sorry,
far.
5.
Matt
Matt, 21.
Stutzman. So he's number 23 right now.
Okay.
Number 23 for Matt Stutzman. Levi Morgan in number 22.
Good guy, Matt. He's a lot of fun to hang around with. Oh, so Paul,
Okay.
one of the favorites. Out. Now the veteran Rio Wild. Is he gonna stay? Oh, that
25
was
for
was a
Rio
quick,
Wild.
a quick no-brainer.
Wow,
He must
okay.
have drilled that target silly.
Incredible. Rio Wild. How long has Rio been in these shoot-offs? Just shooting.
His resume is insane, actually.
Yeah.
If you go online and look it up, I mean, the amount of medals he's won in World Archery and the amount of tournaments he's
Oh,
won, even as a
I mean,
junior, Vegas.
Yeah,
oh,
he's Vegas. He's won Vegas 3 times.
Yep. All right, so.
And his brother took second a few years ago. I mean, and his dad. I mean, look at him.
So now the judges are looking at Stefan Hansen's target, so they are taking a look at that. I don't know what the rule is. We don't mark arrow holes in NFAA competition because normally we don't see pass-throughs, but in USA Archery or World Archery competition they do for this exact reason. So I think judges are going to push the arrow back through.
24. Bruce calls it a 24. Now, I think the one that was out was not the pass-through.
Right, no, because
So,
that one looked like they
yeah.
pushed it back through. It was
So I don't think he's too upset about anything.
Okay. So it looks like we're going to have
Jesse Broadwater, Richard Bowen, Jacob Marlowe, Sergio Pagni, Jeremiah Starks, and Rio Wild. So that's a lot of talent up there.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Richard Bowen.
Dude, he is crushing it right now.
Richard Bowen.
Richard
I can't
Bowen
believe
is
it.
absolutely.
I can believe it, actually.
Yeah.
It's not surprising, but he is just shooting so good. Rio Wild, I mean, it's just crazy. A lot of money on the line for these guys, too. And this is how these guys make a living. This is how they feed their families. I mean, so they got a lot of money on the line.
You know, one thing I want to say about Richard Bowen is that Richard is actually shooting a TRX-7. It was the same bow that he used to shoot off last year.
Okay.
But he shot a TRX-38 to get to where we are.
Okay.
So he's shooting a completely different bow.
Shooting a different bow.
Yep.
Now, Richard Bowen and Jeremiah Starks, they have regular day jobs. Jesse Broadwater shoots for a living. Rio Wild shoots for a living. I'm not sure about Sergio.
A living.
A living.
He shoots for
Okay.
a living. Absolutely.
So
Jacob Marlowe, student/shooter.
Yeah, I would lean towards him shooting for a living right now.
I would think so, yeah.
So right now we have 2 guys up there that still hold day jobs, and they're up here competing.
All right, third end of scoring. We're looking at Richard Bowen.
Richard
Jesse
Bowen
Broadwater.
nails the center. So does Jesse Broadwater. 5s for them.
Broadwater trying to slay the white whale for him, which is the NFAA Indoor National Championship.
Odds are he's got to win one eventually.
Odds are. Although with talent like Jacob Marlowe coming up, so you have Jesse Broadwater who has tried and tried and tried and hasn't done it. You have Jacob Marlowe who's here for the first time.
First time.
There's so many stories on the line. It's absolutely incredible.
Richard Bowen was up here last year. Obviously has advanced farther than he did last year.
Richard Bowen, I asked him what was his biggest moment in archery so far, and he said shooting a 900 in Vegas.
Shooting a 900, and now he's here, shooting a 120 again, and shot 5 inside-out X's. I think if you ask a lot of these guys up there, Shooting 5 inside out X's when you have to is probably one of the hardest things
I don't doubt it.
to do under pressure.
I don't doubt it. Sergio Pagni.
Sergio shooting big arrows.
He is.
Those are Super Drive 25s. And he has 3 5s right now.
He's drilling it.
So he has 15. Jesse Broadwater is shooting big arrows.
Is that right?
Jesse Broadwater shooting aluminum big arrows, either 23s or 27s, I'm not sure.
Which is interesting because he came packing with his X10s.
Jeremiah Starks shooting the Bowtech, shooting a larger diameter arrow. You see everybody.
23s for him. He was involved in the USA Archery shoot
Okay.
earlier on.
So
on
he's
Friday.
shooting really good this weekend. So he has one touching.
Okay.
He definitely has one touching, so he's...
That's got the bottom left is
Yeah,
what
he's at
Aaron
19.
Tedford's looking at.
Real Wild.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, I think he likes what he sees.
A little adjustment to the...
Yeah. Loads another X10. So Rio is shooting the smallest arrows out there. Rio's the only one with the X10s out there.
Interesting.
Very interesting. Will a small arrow win it again, or will the big arrows win it? Rio Wild.
Oh yeah, look at the middle target.
He's got him.
He's got him. But
He's
that
got
middle
one more
target,
arrow.
That's a small diameter right there. That's a small diameter win for Rio at this point.
Now, I don't know what we're looking at here, but can Rio win this tournament with a 5? Or do you think there's other 25s up there?
I don't know at this point.
It's so hard to say. I think the crowd will tell us.
I think Starks is out of it.
Oh, no, touching the line. So Rio shoots a 24.
On his last
and let's
arrow.
see what else happens with these other guys. Jesse Broadwater shaking his head as he's walking down.
What a pressure cooker.
Yeah.
First up's going to be Bone.
Wow.
Clean.
25 for Richard Bowen.
Yep.
He does not stop. He is on a roll.
He shoots small arrows too.
Did he win?
I don't know. This is so crazy.
Jesse Broadwater's up. Shaking his head earlier. He didn't like what he saw.
No.
Slips away from him again.
JB is out of it, and the white whale continues to elude him.
So remember, 24s so far will shoot off for second. So we know Jesse has a 24. 25. Jacob Marlowe shoots a 25. First year here has shot 2 in so far clean inside out.
Unreal. Let's see what the Sultan,
It's not surprising.
The Sultan of Smooth, Sergio Pagni. Look him.
25. We got 3 left.
Yep.
So we have filled up the podium so far. And Rio, we do know Rio has a 24.
Yep.
And Jeremiah
24 looks like
is
24.
something
Yeah.
less than a 25. We're not sure. Coming up, here's the call. 24.
What a heartbreaker. But a good run for him as
Good
well.
run. Good run. Probably a highlight of his archery.
No doubt.
Yep. So
that
last
arrow.
That last
What a
arrow got
heartbreak.
to him.
Just broke
But
a
Rio,
little
I
high.
mean, Rio has been doing this, competing, shooting professionally, winning for 20 years.
Unbelievable. And still an influencer in the industry. People
Still.
looking at him, you know, what equipment are you using? What are you shooting? I mean, it's been an incredible career for Rio Wild. But
He told me earlier, he said, typical. He makes the shoot off. There's 25 shooters.
Oh yeah,
in
yeah,
it.
exactly.
He said he's never had a gimme shoot off, and this one is no gimme. Whoever wins this,
why can't I make a shoot off with 5 people?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, right.
Whoever wins this
I think
will make
everyone in
history.
this shoot off is saying the same thing. Why
Yeah.
could it have been 5?
Yeah.
But now it's down to 3. Richard Bowen, unbelievable, out of Arkansas, Rogers, Arkansas.
Jacob Marlowe.
Jacob Marlowe,
And Sergio.
Yeah.
Sergio.
Marlo
Wow.
out of Florida and Sergio out of Italy.
So we got a Matthews for Richard Bowen, an Elite for Jacob Marlowe, and for Sergio Pagni, he's shooting Hoyt.
Yep. So the podium will be filled with 3 different brands, 3 different manufacturers. And
so all that to make the top 3.
Exactly. Scoring remains the same, inside-out scoring. If you're just tuning in, we're at the Duke Energy Convention Center. This is the 2018 NFAA National Indoor Championship in Cincinnati, Ohio. Aaron Tedford with Greg White commentating this one. It is down to the final 3 for the Professional Male Freestyle National Championship. We started this particular shoot just not too long ago, a couple ends ago, where we had 25 shooters competing for this national championship. We've gone to inside-out scoring, which means if you touch a line inside that X, it's a lower point value. And we have 3 shooters to shoot for this national championship. The one thing we do know is the podium is set. Richard Bowen, Jacob Marlowe, and Sergio Pagni. Left to be sorted out who stands on top and who's crowned the NFAA National Indoor Champion for 2018.
Intense. That's all I can say. It's been super intense.
There's hardly any chatter at all going on in this stadium.
It's anyone's game here. I mean, Richard Bowen is just solid. Jacob Marlowe, he's been riding that train of just dominating the past couple years, and also Sergio. Sergio's last one to come to full draw.
Marlowe with a shot off. And you know,
neither of them checked those arrows with binos. That's a pretty good sign.
Yeah. By the way, you talked about Richard Bowen, who's got a job. He's a wildlife biologist.
Yeah.
And he's very proud of that as well.
Well, he should be.
Yep.
And he's up here competing with these guys. That's a feat in itself. So
the one thing that Richard Bowen...
Marlowe's... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Marlowe's got 10 points. Richard's got 5. That looks good.
That looks good.
And
one of the things that Bowen spoke with me about was that the biggest part of his game, and you just saw it right there, is the mental side.
The mental side.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly. He's been working on the mental side of this game, believing that he should be competing at this level, and that's the thing he's been working on the most, and he's very proud of where he is right now, and he should be, because he's on the podium. Ooh, didn't like that shot.
Jacob didn't like his shot before. Richard doesn't like that shot. That's touching the line. Or no, that's Marlowe's target we're looking at.
Yep.
That's touching. I'd like to see Richard's target, but...
Let me see if I can spy with
Sergio's
the
at full draw. Let's down.
Bowen for sure. His second arrow is touching. It's cutting the line up top.
Sergio has 2 that are good, I believe.
I don't know. That one for Sergio, the upper left, is really close to that outside edge.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's Bowen. He has 1 touching so far.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be the upper left.
Yep. Oh, he doesn't like that. He doesn't like that. Shooting the big arrows, too. It's tough.
Yeah, that's another close one. It looks like it's touching the line, yep.
You can almost call these arrows by these guys' expressions.
Marlowe just wasn't messing around, though, was he?
No.
Marlowe.
So far, Bowen looks like he only has 1 that's close, but maybe not. Bowen could be clean. What do you look on his target?
Marlowe's got 1 touching, I know that. The middle one for sure is cutting a line. We could see...
What about Bowen here?
Bowen's got 1 touching.
Bowen does, okay.
He might, I think 1. We might continue down this road with 24s.
Okay. Sergio's at full draw. Let's see what he thinks of this arrow. Ooh, that's close.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's up to the judges now.
Okie dokie.
Jacob Marlowe just gives a thumbs up to somebody back in the crowd, so I think he likes what he sees.
I think
he's going to shoot again.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love how Marlowe's shooting. Jacob Marlowe, the arrows that he's using, he actually is using screw-on points.
Yeah.
If he wanted to, he can take that same arrow, he
put
can
a
take that
on.
point on, put a broadhead on it.
He probably will.
And he will.
Okay, 24 for Bowen.
All right, got that. So right now it's all in Sergio's hands, and I know he's got one touching.
Richard Bowen, Jacob Marlowe.
Sergio Pagni.
I always say Pagni. Is it Pagni?
It's Pagni.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was homeschooled.
It's going to be a 23.
It could be. Very well could be. Yeah, 23. For third place.
Wow. So Sergio, your third place finisher here at the 2018 NFAA National Indoor Championships in Cincinnati, Ohio. So this is it. It comes down to Richard Bowen, who's just happy to be here.
Yeah. Oh,
Full-time job. His best accomplishment in archery is a 900 in Vegas.
It's crazy. Now, and
Jacob Marlowe.
Yeah, Jacob Marlowe, Richard Bowen, they were in the Vegas shoot-off.
Yeah.
Both of them. Sergio, where's Sergio from?
Italy.
Italy, okay. Making Italy proud.
Oh, very proud, yeah.
Coming over and taking up one of our podium spots.
Absolutely. Taking home a little money.
Yep.
Sergio has a new daughter, 7 months old now. So
oh, he does?
Yeah, he does.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah. After Vegas, he was just so, World Archery in Yankton, where I saw him, he was so excited to get home because he'd been on the road for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Being a new dad, and yeah. So making the trip back to the States here for this one. And I think, standing on the podium is good for Sergio. Like, I think he'll be okay with that,
Oh, yeah.
The long trip, of course you want to win. Of course you want to finish second, but better you actually stand on the box at the end of the day than not. All right, here we go. Inside-out scoring remains.
Jacob will have 5 arrows off before Bowen has 3, I bet. The guy's fast. Pouring on the pressure. Boom.
Yep.
5. Richard doesn't like that.
He got it, though.
He got it.
Yep.
5.
Marlowe, no problem. That one looks clean.
Jacob shooting an up pin. Must be his 3D setup.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned it earlier. They're going back and forth. Bowen, spider.
Boom.
I mean, just drilled it. That one looks good from Jacob as well.
Jacob,
in the middle.
Dead center.
Mm-hmm.
Bowen shooting 2 fingers on his button release.
Is he? Crush that one.
Boom. 5. Close. Marlowe's got a close one. Kind of shook his head a little bit.
That one is close.
It's hard for us to tell from here, but...
Ooh, Bowen. That one's out the top.
That one's out the top. Okay.
Like in terms of it's in the ring, but it looks like it's touching. Marlowe. Deep breath for Jacob Marlowe. I think he knows.
So he's got somebody telling him in the crowd, shoot a good shot, get it, and you win. That's my guess. He lets down, takes a deep breath.
Yeah,
I think he knows he can win this right here. Nope. He didn't like that shot, I could tell.
I don't know, man.
But it's hard to say.
There might be some daylight there. And Bowen in clean on that one. So for sure, Bowen's got a 24. And it looks like Jacob Marlowe. There's hugs from the crowd.
Yeah, unofficially, it looks like Jacob wins.
We're not going to call it early, but these archers know. Jacob Marlowe in his first time to the NFAA National Indoor Championship. It looks like he pulled it off. Incredible.
That is incredible. Richard Bowen, hats off to him. I mean, his second place.
And we're talking millimeters, too.
Oh, yeah.
Millimeters. The difference between these two archers. Let's hear the call from Bruce Call.
What a crazy weekend. It's official.
There you
Jacob
go.
Marlowe is your 2018 NFAA National Indoor Championship.
Wow. Congratulations to Jacob Marlowe. getting talked into coming to shoot some spots.
Yeah. You know, people used to call him a 3D shooter. I think he's an indoor shooter now, and his 3D's his second game.
I think so. I mean, we saw him pull off a pretty good performance at Lancaster Classic a couple of years ago, where he, made his way through the field in handy fashion, and then he was talked into coming to Vegas. It was his first time in Vegas, and he made the shoot off, and now the reigning NFAA National Indoor Champion for the next year.
Wow. Steve, you're not indoor champion anymore.
There you go. Aaron Tedford said it all. Said it all. So that'll do it from the Duke Energy Convention Center. The 39th annual NFAA National Indoor Championship is a wrap. Congratulations to all of our shooters. Over 1,900 competitors came out here to shoot. Congratulations to Jacob Marlowe, Linda Ochoa Anderson on the wins in the men's and women's professional freestyle class. I'm Greg White for Aaron Tedford. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it, and we will see you next time right here.